school is located in inner city Bradford, in an area of high density housing. The ethnic mix of the children is around about 67% from Pakistani heritage backgrounds, 17% Indian backgrounds and 17% other. It's a large school, it's a three-form entry, so we have nearly 700 pupils on site. The numbers of paid and free school meals were very low on site 12 months ago, and there's a number of reasons behind that. Historically, children within this community have gone home for dinner. The facilities themselves, which are shared with another school, were cramped, and lunchtime wasn't a very pleasant experience for children at Horton Grange Primary School. We examined our assessment results at the end of Key Stage 1 and the end of Key Stage 2, and it showed that the lowest performing group in our school were those children that went home for dinners. And there's a number of reasons why we believe that to be true. We suspected that those children had difficulties in terms of friendships at school, had less buy-in to school, and were less involved generally with school. Encouraging the children to attend over the lunch period we believed would improve attendance and punctuality issues. Children, for example, going home at lunchtime and not coming back, or children going home at lunchtime and then coming back late. We believe that if we could encourage children to have a healthy lunch, then that would ensure that their concentration was maintained for the afternoon, and we thought overall that that would lead to long-term improvements in their academic progress. We could certainly demonstrate with data that children who stayed for school meals outperformed those that went home. After attending the Small Steps programme, we searched for ideas as to how we could encourage take-up. And one of the things we came up with was a 4-week free trial of school dinners for our Year 6 pupils. Schools introduced a number of activities over the lunchtime period to make lunchtimes more attractive to pupils. We've increased the amount of resources we have available, we've increased the amount of staffing that we have available on site. We've also put clubs on, such as sports clubs for children, we've got homework clubs, we've got academic clubs, we've got art clubs, we've got a range of activities over the lunchtime period to make it more attractive for children to stay. If you can hook the older child into school meals, you've got a really good chance of hooking siblings lower down the schools or cousins in other year groups across the schools. In terms of Year 6, at the start of the trial we had round about 27% of children taking up a school meal, and that was very, very low in terms of numbers. During the 4-week trial we virtually had 99% of children having a school dinner for those 4 weeks, which was fantastic in itself. There was still a little hardcore that still insisted on going home for dinners or insisted on having a packed lunch. That's fallen back now, obviously, after the incentive of free school meals was taken away, but we're confident that round about 66% of our pupils are now having a school dinner in Year 6. In terms of future development, once we establish a more settled, higher number of children staying on site for lunches over the lunchtime break, we intend to try and encourage more children who are on packed lunches to take up school meals. We're going to do more free trials, definitely, and that will become an annual event for our Year 6 as well as our reception. And we're also going to do some work with parents through communications home and through bringing parents in on what constitutes a healthy lunchtime snack in a lunchbox.
We got involved in the Small Step improvement programme through facilities management. I found the workshops very helpful that we had, due to the fact that we could listen to everybody else's problems, listen at what improvements some schools had made, and then it gave the opportunity for schools to actually take it on board themselves, try new things, see if it worked in their schools. We have a system where we actually target reception class, where we give them 20 free school meals. It was decided here through the Food School Trust that we would target the Year 6 pupils, because that's the year that a lot of children decide that they're going to bring in their own lunches or go home. It was a great success by giving the children the opportunity to stay free. Then it really made a big difference as to whether they saw what we had on offer, they tasted what we had on offer, and it has proved to be very, very successful. I feel that the relationships have changed greatly within this school. It's a difficult site because it's off-site from the school to the catering facility, and often we're excluded from a lot of the things that go on within the schools. But this has been brought to the forefront, and we feel that now we've gained a far better relationship with the school, working together, looking at what improvements can be made, and offering information that we have through how many children have been through, looking at graphs as to how many children formerly were staying for lunch, how many were going home, and what difference that's made. So I feel that we've had great improvements working with this school. Personally, I have involvement with another 25 schools, and I certainly am looking at passing on any information that I've gained, because from my point of view, I have gained information. I was able to see what other schools have put in, and although this is a unique site, other schools, little rural schools, may be able to sort of implement some of the ideas that we got from the previous workshop.
I used to go home for lunchtime. I started being more school dinners because the food was better than I expected it to be.
I used to be home dinners, but my teacher encouraged me to be school dinners because it's a balanced diet and loads of nutrition in it.
I think the school dinners are healthier than home because when you're doing tests, you get better grades. I enjoy staying with my friends because we get to talk and have fun.
I've been having school meals for about 2 months now. I used to go home first and then I start being school dinner because Mr. Dix told me that be school dinner and your brain will start working and you'll get really good educations and you'll get really higher marks.